A lot of women won't have sex with their men because the men aren't shaping up the way that they should. They're not living and presenting themselves in a way that they should. You will get a lot further in life, in your intimate life, if you just show up straight. If you're with people that are involved in drugs and everything, well, you can expect what you deserve. And if you're on drugs and stuff, you're not going to get far. People won't tolerate it. Good people won't tolerate it. You say, well, we've been on drugs for 10, 20, 30 years and drink, and we all got along. Is that so? I'd argue that. If you look underneath the surface, the skeletons are breaking out of the closet. You've both got issues to boot that have been unresolved. Matters that have been left to age you both and cause disease in you both. Times slip through your fingers, you've allowed it to. You didn't deal with things the way that you should have. You've wasted most of your money on your habits, and you're wondering why she doesn't want to have sex with you. It's easy to blame everybody else. It's easy to blame the woman, but you've got to have legitimate grounds to do that. You can't just blame everybody else because you're not getting your way. You need to check yourself and find out why she's shut off. If you're an alcoholic or you're just a lazy person that hasn't psychologically tried to be there for her, and vice versa, she might not have tried to be there for you, you need to admit these things and start to repair these things. Now, you get these idiots, right, that put rocks in the middle of the park. Rocks. And that's similar to the issues that are unresolved in relationships. You get these people, they don't resolve anything, they don't fix anything, they leave rocks in the pathway of the relationship, and then wonder why there's no intimacy. A woman will not be intimate with a man that's not fulfilling her and that she cannot respect. Now, I've got myself into situations where these women, these single mothers, are so enmeshed with their sons, etc., or whatever, sons, so deeply enmeshed with these sons that the sons are causing trouble. They really can't resolve it themselves. Either number one, they don't know how to, or number two, they just don't want to. And the next thing you know, you're having a battle with somebody that's not even in the relationship. Now, you get these people that piss everywhere and whatnot. Oh well, you know, like that guy over there. Anyway, it's getting bad. Life's getting harder, and if you don't get your life right at the start, and if you haven't been parented to do that, then you're going to end up on the wrong end of life anyway. But women won't have sex with men that are lazy, incompetent, and to some extent not exciting. Get it? A lot of men just think because they are who they are and mummies stroke their ego and all the rest of it for most of their life, if that's going to be enough. No, it's not going to be enough. You watch these young people today trying to run the relationship off their charisma and the ego that they have for themselves, and it doesn't work. People get sick of that. They want more than that. They need stability, they need direction, they need someone that's got a good job, that goes to work, that wants to try and get somewhere. But I've never seen a relationship where drugs have been involved work. Because what it does, it undermines the psychological stability that people need to sense through the awareness they know the other person has. If you're dulling yourself out, if you're numbing yourself by way of drug use and stuff like that, that's going to lose the confidence of the woman. If you come home drunk all the time, women don't want some drunk bloke laying all over her. That's going to be losing the confidence of the woman. Loss of confidence, loss of respect, loss of intimacy. So it's easy to go around blaming everybody. It's easy to go around blaming the woman. She does this, she didn't do that. I've seen all this, these young blokes. But when push comes to shove, it's usually the lack of masculinity in the man that's causing these problems in the first place. So on the one hand, the woman needs to be accountable where they're affecting men, but on the other hand, the men need to be accountable where they're affecting women. And we're just not. We drug up, we run on our egos, we blame everybody else for what's going on in our life. And then when it comes down to the meat and the potatoes, there's no fireworks in the bedroom. The relationship disintegrates and people go back home to mummy or daddy, whatever the case is, and they've failed. This happens all the time. They meet somebody else, they try again, the same thing happens, and it goes round and round in circles, and there's children everywhere without a family, without a structure, and that ruins the next generation. So it's not all that hard, it's not all that difficult. You've got to come back to yourself. You've got to provide a version of yourself that is worthy of having somebody in your life. I've had women say to me, I'm unworthy, and I listen to them now and I go, yes you are, I'll be on my way. That means that what they're saying is the things that I know that are bad for me that I'm going to do. There's things that I know that are going to undermine any possibility of relationship that we're going to have long term, and I'm unworthy because I want to keep those things. And men do it as well. But they don't say they're unworthy. They live out the fantasy that they are and try to have the relationship and all the problems that they've got as well. And all they're doing is running around ruining people's lives by way of the unresolved they have in themselves, and then they try to pass the unresolved onto somebody else, usually the woman in the relationship. That psychologically affects her, and then she's no good to herself or the next person because she thinks that that's how all men are, and then he's no good to himself because he was never going to resolve anything in the first place, and these people are what you call dysfunctional.